Welcome back, everyone. I'm Zell, and today we're looking at the CRKT Slacker. You know, after all the large knives that have been through here recently, I thought the Slacker was going to be a very welcome relief. And in some ways, it is, and in other ways, I would like to have a serious talk with the Onion and with CRKT. So let's get into it. First off, handle design. It's all oniony. We've got kind of, I mean, check that out. We got kind of the nifty stuff down the edges and then a diamond tread pattern in the middle. Very Ken Onion-esque. Everything is really cool. I mean, Ken did a great job designing the knife. And I'm not mad or upset with Ken over the knife design itself or even the pocket clip. The pocket clip is actually kind of beautiful for a knife at 40 to 60 bucks. I mean, it's just freaking awesome. And the blade design, let's get that guy out. That blade design is, Ken knows his stuff. I mean, he gets a little off the rails sometimes, but he knows his stuff. You know, some of those things he's done with Kershaw are just ridiculous, and he knows it, but they're fun projects, I'm sure. So we've got this kind of sheep's footy, drop point, spear point. Oh, I don't know. Everybody's got a different name for it. I'm going to call it more of a sheep's foot or modified Warncliffe, or hey, this is a pointy thing that cuts stuff. That's what we'll go with. And it's one of Ken's better designs, very leakish, and that was one of the best blades ever, except for it being super thin, but you can't get away from that in that design, and we do get pretty thin here. So before we get any deeper, let's do a little size comparison. And since I've been doing big knives, we'll have to find some smaller stuff. We do have a Malware. It's not a huge knife. It's got a long blade at 3.8 inches or so, but not huge. We'll leave it up here. Here's a Rat Model 1. There you go. And the blade length on the Slacker is 3.324 according to CRKT. We'll put it up against our Flame Anno Roxy. There you go, Flame Anno Roxy. And I'll get that guy out of the way. Have our Buck 110, and it's got to be one more that's good for this. Oh, yeah. Said I had a bunch of big knives on the table. There's a Plague Doctor from Steel Will. That thing's massive. All right, so there we go. Right, we'll leave that guy open for now and get rid of the Buck. So now let's talk about the, I don't know what to call it, the onion in the room. I hope there's not, because onions make me cry. Ken doesn't, but onions do. It, mechanically, this thing is on Teflon. It flips good. Flips really good. Ken he knows how to design the stuff. He's got it dialed in. Lays down in there. But it is field strip technology. What the heck does that mean? Well, that means if we do this and we start twisting on this, that the knife is supposed to come apart. I think you're supposed to open the blade too. Yeah. My fault there. And this is actually really cool. I mean, I don't have any complaint with this system, except the cost, which we'll get into. And it is a liner lock or inset liner lock. I mean, overall, they have done a great job. In fact, that's an interesting bit there. These aluminum handles, which I'm assuming they are, I don't have, yeah, we do. Handle is aluminum, according to CRKT. They are milling this backspacer into the handle. So is that a cost savings? I don't know. It's a lot of material to lose. Unless they're doing some, they may be doing some interesting milling where they're getting 2 of them out of it. Yeah, anyhow, I'm not going to go into that. That's freaking industry BS that you're probably not interested in. But here's how the field strip works. Everything's there. Little Teflon bits are supposed to stay in place. You do have to be careful. There is a lock. Okay, the pin doesn't look captured, but it must be pressed in. That's actually very good because stop pins are very easy to lose. You put the thing back together, snap this little piece down over here, make sure you get stop pin lined up, spin this the other way, which is not that way, or maybe it was. Nope, there we go. Spin that till it's tight, push that over, and we should be back in business. And get my hand out of the way, and we are back in business, and we're properly centered up. So, there are really good things there about the field strip tech. I'm not going to say that I would ever buy a knife because it had field strip technology, but field strip technology would never keep me from buying a design I liked. But that is your mechanics on this knife. Ergonomics, it's Ken Onion. He doesn't screw that up. Never. In fact, he thinks of things most people don't, like the jimping that's way up there on the blade. And most people are looking at it going, what the hell is it up there for? Well, it's up there so that whenever you get it like this, or something of that sort, it's there. So, no problems there. Very well done. Get a closer look at the blade. And this is where things start to fall apart. We have a knife with an MSRP of a 1 penny under $100. And this is some of that 14116 stainless at around 56 HRC. I would not even give this knife to my kid. We have an HRC of 55 to 57. This is going to be a constantly sharpened knife, and it's going to be a whole lot like soft VG10, maybe even a little worse. It is definitely not going to be as good as your Sandvik knives, or people that are going to argue that, but I've had time with all those steels, and that's my opinion on it. The blade itself is done beautifully. Finish is beautiful. Belt, slightly polished belt satin. But they let you down hard on the steel. The blade thickness is about 0.113, 113 thousandths, or 2.87 millimeter. That's a weird thickness. I don't see that very often. 2.6 ounces for weight, and overall length of 7.7. Basically, they've got a whole bunch of freaky numbers up there. And you get your approximate handle length here, just eyeballing it. We're about 3.75. So what would Zell do different? Well, there's only one thing that I would do different, and it's pretty simple. This knife either needs to cost $15 or they need to swap the steel. And I know there are those out there that would argue with me over this, but whenever you're in 2019, whenever you are selling a knife to the public at a price over $20, it needs to have properly hardenable, good steel in it that is going to hold an edge. And whenever you blatantly put on your website that you're trying to hit an HRC of 56, they say 55 to 57, which means they're trying to hit 56. That is not okay. I really wish somebody would have, thrown a stop in here, whether it be Mr. Onion or the people at CRKT or somebody, and said, guys, 8CR13 MOV would really kind of probably be better than this, or we can get some of that 9CR18, or I don't know. I know why they didn't. And we are why they didn't. And what do I mean we? Well, people spend an inordinate amount of time, and I probably said that wrong, but it doesn't matter. You know what I mean. Fussing about 8CR13 MOV. There's not anything really to fuss about. It's a low-end steel, comes in lower-end knives generally. Sometimes a knife company will try to charge a little extra for it in some fancy design, and that's okay too if you decide you want to pay for it. But that has held over to people fussing about stuff coming in 9CR18, 7CR whatever, and so on. Why? Because they don't understand the steel, and they know that 9CR18 is the lowest end of the generally available Chinese steel from a somewhat reputable knife manufacturer. And we need to realize, like we came out with the knives in 9CR18, I believe it is. Those are good knives with pretty good steel in them. Still a Chinese steel, obviously. But the difference in the numbers, in the nomenclature, what the numbers mean, is huge between that and 8CR13 MOV. And that's one reason that they went with the 14116 stainless. I wish they hadn't, because this is a beautiful knife. And normally, guys, I do not tell you do not buy over knife steel. I think in 3 or 4 years that I've been doing this, I've only done it one other time. And now that I've had some time with knives in this steel, I've got to tell you that for me, it's a big no. If you want to buy one, that's up to you. Everything else about the knife, Ken did a great job designing it. They did miss down here with the the freaking sharpening choil, if you will, or grind on the knife. Doesn't matter. And that's where I'm going to leave it. Ken, man, I love your designs, but we just can't be doing this. And here's the pricing. This is why we can't be doing this. On Blade HQ, this knife cost $80. Even if we go over to Amazon, we're at $74. Just like I said when the very first one of these Field Strip Tech knives come out. Now, it may have been in the same steel. I don't remember. These knives, they're trying to get you to pay for the tech. And what you should be paying for is a knife to use. There's plenty of other companies out there that are going to make you a good knife to use. And there's plenty of companies that'll make you a damn good knife to use at half that price. You can buy 2 of them and throw one away whenever it gets crappy. And you might have to take it apart. Anyhow, Field Strip technology, cool. Junk knife steel, not cool. And it's not exactly junk, but it's not EDC steel. I hate doing these type of reviews, guys, especially whenever it involves a designer whose knives I just love and a company that I really want to see do well. But there you have it. You guys have a great day. I'm going to get out of here and go drown in my sorrows. I think I've got some rye whiskey over here. And, here's to you, Ken. Have a great day, guys.